Dear students, good morning to all of you. Okay, we can start our today's history class. In the last class, we have discussed about the structure of the state general meeting and the situations which was occurred in that meeting, which was called by the Louis XVI in the year 1789. Then these third state people, they were gathered in the tennis court ground at Versailles. It is an indoor tennis ground. It is an indoor tennis ground. They were assembled the people from the third state. They were especially from the prosperous and educated people of that section. They took the pledge of oath. They didn't disperse from the ground until they drafted a constitution for the France. And here, when this assembling of the people or the third state people, they were led by two important personalities. Okay, the two important ladies are in front of their assembly and their protest. One was Mirabeau and second was Abbasis. Mirabeau is a noble man. He belongs to a noble family. That means he was born in the second state. But anyway, he was supportive to the grievances and problems of the third state. He demanded to end the feudal privileges and rights to the nobility, and he delivered powerful speech as well as written the famous journals to inspire the people of the France. And he taught or he made speech. He made a speech in front of the crowd people. They were gathered at the city of the Versailles. Similarly, Abbas is also another important leader of this third state. He belongs to a priest. That means we can say the clergy. He belongs to clergy or the first state. Anyway, he also very famous for his encouragement and support to the third state people. He was also written a famous pamphlet. The title of this pamphlet is "What is the Third State?" Okay. So when these people they were assembled at the indoor tennis ground, they were very busy with the drafting of the constitution for the France. They were declared themselves as the spokesmen of France, and they were very busy with it to bring the constitution that would limit the power of King Louis XVI. In this time, on the other side of the France, and the rest of the France, except this tennis ground, and the rest of the France started the turmoil of the people, or the violence was spread out in people. What is the main reason? The main reason was the price of increase the bread as well as the food shortage. How it was happened due to the severe winter situation or the winter climate. The harvest again became bad and food shortage was occurred. The bakers hoarded their supplies. The people are queued in front of the shops long hours to get to purchase the bread, and also this bread has have the high price. And last, even women also stormed into the shops to loot and to confiscate the food, grains and breads inside of the shops. Such a turmoil or violence was occurred in different part of the France. And also, this time the King Louis XVI ordered his troops to come to Paris on the 14th July 1789. King Louis XVI ordered his troops to come to Paris and to fire upon the citizens or the people. This News was spread out throughout the city, and people gathered in the street or the city of the Paris, and they were formed people militia, and they were started to loot the government building, and at last it was resulted in the destruction of the Bastille prison, the despotic symbol of the Louis regimes. Also, in the countryside, also in the village side, also there was spread the rumor that the feudal lords or the nobles of the manors, they were trying to destroy the crops which was cultivated by the tenant peasants. Tenants means the peasants, those who are cultivating the crops on the land of nobles. So, with the help of the hired brigands, the nobles tried to destroy the crops which was cultivated by the peasants. This news was spread out through the village, so the peasants they took hoes and pitchforks. These hoes and pitchforks are the two tools they are using for the cultivation purpose, cropping purpose. So they took these hoes and pitchfork, and they were started to destroy the chattaks and the manor. What is manor? The manor is the bungalow as well as the surrounding large area of the land of under the noble. Under the noble, he has a residential bungalow is there, and within the his own territory of the large areas called manor. So these peasants they started to attack this manor and to looted the chattaks. The word is chattaks. The chattaks are the castle or stately residence belongs to the king or a nobleman, or again simply we can solve the storage place for the food grains. It is a storage place for the food grains. Such a large quantity of the food grains are already stocked in the chattaks of the nobles. So these peasants they were attacked these chattaks and their manors, and they were looted the many food grains and hoards. When the situation, the nobles were they were feared, and they were started to escape from the situation, and a number of the nobles they were moved or they were escaped or ran away into the neighboring countries also. And from the strong revolting situations of the subjects or the people of the France, the Louis XVI recognized that it is necessary to give some relaxation to the people of France. So he was ready to recognize some conditions of the National Assembly. He was agreed to obey the principles of the National Assembly of the Third Estate. Okay, that means he was ready to accept the conditions which was already drafted and written in the Constitution of the France, which was prepared by the people of the Third Estate. And on the night of the 4th August 1789, the Assembly passed a decree abolishing the feudal system of the obligation of taxes. The newly appointed Assembly of the Third Estate, they were passed an historical decree, an order, in the year 1789 on the month of August 4th, that it abolished the feudal system and obligations and taxes. But what are the system under the control of the nobles? It is called feudalism, and the other obligations like free service and to give the other food grains and other things to the nobles. Such feudal obligations and also tax to the clergy. The tax to the clergy also abolished by this assembly through this order. And the members of the clergy too were forced to give up their privileges. As a result of this decree, the clergy also give up. They can also remove their privileges and rights which was enjoyed by the clergy. So in systematically, gradually, one by one, the third state assembly trying to equalize or to bring the equality among the society. And also the tithes were abolished. Tithe is a tax given to the clergy or church by the farmers. That tax was abolished, yes, and many of the land of the church or the church land was confiscated, and it was distributed to the peasants. As a result, the government acquired assets of the worth at least 2 billion livres. The government of the France never acquired 2 billion livres through the confiscation of the land. Okay, such a great conditions or the struggles was occurred in France against the Louis XVI and the existing social hierarchical inequalities. Okay, now we can stop this class. Further topic we will discuss on the coming days. Thank you for good morning.